Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the daily briefing. Couple things to recap from this morning. WORX. We talked about this one a lot this morning, and if you weren't here, I won't spend too much time on it, but definitely jump back and it's on the feed wherever you're watching: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope. Go back and I think it was some really good discussion about that idea of, yes, Works is low float. Yes, it was moving big, but that idea of that recent failed spike and the high potential for a lot of bag holder selling, and something to be very cognizant of. Yeah, the volume was there. Yeah, it was a big mover. Yeah, it's low float. All those things we talk about. But that chart from a few months ago really brought that overhead pressure. And you can see, man, it's not looking good for Works right now. Looks like it's going to break 2. And if 2 gives away, probably going to, you're talking timber at that point. So, anyway, just wanted to touch on that. If you weren't here this morning, I want to loop back to that. And then I also cautioned you on SRNE with that, that whole and I hate to say every time, but it is always a red flag when a low WORX was the one I was talking about a minute ago. SRNE is what I'm talking about now. Always a red flag when these sketchy executives come out and start bashing short sellers. So those are the two big points I want to make ticker wise, just kind of recapping from this morning. And I want to reiterate, in trading, man, it's the best way I could put it is unforced errors. Okay. The more unforced errors you can avoid, it's just, because remember, if you don't take a loss, and I know this is like, you're probably like, duh, Tim, okay? But let's say you got a $2,000 account or a $5,000 account. If you lose $250 on your $2,000 account, well, you gotta make back that before you're back where you were this morning or yesterday. So unforced errors, man, the more you can avoid, the more you can be like, whoa, I don't know about Works, or, man, I don't know about SRNE. The more you can avoid those unforced errors, just like in, whether it be tennis, okay? I think tennis is the biggest application where they talk about unforced errors. If you're not serving out of bounds over and over again, if you do keep serving out of bounds, are you going to win? Probably not. Odds are pretty low. So, that being said, let's get to the daily briefing. I did want to, Deere. I do want to touch on Deere, John Deere. DE is the ticker. Earnings breakout last week, and I've been pounding the desk on agriculture. Okay. I know I do this all the time and I need to quit, but there's 6 months of these briefings out there going back to April. In May, I'm talking follow agriculture, follow construction, etc. We had that earnings winner on Deere the other day, and it's breaking out again today. Yeah, I get it. Higher price stock, boring stock. Oh, Tim, it's up 2%. Who cares? But I'm telling you, especially if you're part-time and if you got a business, if you're busy, if you're at work, you got stuff going on, you can still make good money. And you buy 100 shares of Deere, or even 10 shares of Deere, and it just grinds higher for 6 months. That can grow your account when you're not doing other things. The other thing I want to talk about is stay-at-home plays, CRM, Salesforce, another earnings winner, strong into the close. Look for these remote work plays, okay? Stuff, I talked about it in the Steady Trade team this morning, okay? There is, we're going to look back. We're going to look back in 5 years and be like, oh my gosh, I could have bought CRM for $270. I mean, there's just going to be so many of these stocks that grow and grow and grow because of the fact that white collar workers, knowledge workers aren't going back to the office. It's not, it's done. Okay? Remote work. So the pair trade for today, I like to talk about pair trades, okay? Buy remote work plays like CRM, and short commercial real estate, man. I mean, commercial office space, gonna get ugly in the coming years. Gonna get ugly. All right, let's get to the daily briefing and what the things we're looking at. Interesting article right here. Back to what I was talking about. Lake Tahoe and Vail aren't just for vacation anymore. Homebound families are moving in. Listen, I think, so many people that might have this always makes me mad. I don't know why some days Instagram wants to go to sleep and some days it doesn't. So if I keep reaching at the screen, just like randomly some days Instagram, or it's my phone, wants to go to sleep. So I'm not poking at you, it's the phone. Again, we talk about the real estate boom. I love Zillow as a swing trade. Zillow's been breaking out big time. We've talked about RKT. RKT is red today, but I expect that thing to break out sometime soon. People are moving. People are moving. That means construction. Hey, back to my Deere idea. Remember, John Deere doesn't just make agriculture. John Deere has a lot of sales in the construction industry. That's why I know I keep bringing up Deere. But I mean, between agriculture and construction, man, it's gonna get there. So anyway, keep an eye out for anything in that kind of real estate, construction, boom, etc. and home builders. We've talked about Home Depot, Lowe's, Toll Homes, KB Homes. There's a lot of publicly traded big home builders out there. So okay. This is my favorite link of the day. No, I'm waking up my phone again. I'm sorry if I keep pointing at you, but I'm waking up the phone. Love this article, okay? Wall Street Journal article, and it says the one thing you can control right now, yourself. Man, great article. And I know I talk about subscribing to the Wall Street Journal. I'm a huge fan. I tell you, and I don't have an affiliate link, none of that. But if you don't have a subscription to the Wall Street Journal, sign up for the trial and get this article, man. I'm all about, you guys know I'm all about yourself, okay? The world will do what the world will do, okay? Whether things happening 1,000 miles or 1,000 miles from you, you can't control that. What you can control is yourself, and that is so valuable in trading, okay? It drives me nuts when people start blaming the market makers, they start blaming the short sellers, they start blaming the chat rooms, they start blaming all this stuff. There's nothing in trading. There may be no other industry where it's ultimately you against you. So please get the one thing you can control right now, yourself, Wall Street Journal article. That's my biggest thing I wanted to bring you today. Please read it and please practice it. Another thing I just found out today, I talk about avoiding negativity, focusing on positivity. Negativity makes you no money. Focus on positivities. Focus on opportunities that can make you money, okay? And I didn't even know doom scrolling the term existed. Doom scrolling is just when you sit there and you read negative news all day long, and then you're now you got a bad attitude, you're not willing to put in the work, you're not willing to put in the time, you don't have high energy, you're not ready to go because you're polluting your brain all day long. So, I didn't know there was a term called doom scrolling. And, I see it in the comments. It's like, that's what's great. I come here and I try and give you all useful information, good applicable stuff, good setups, good trade ideas, useful information, great concepts, and then you just get people that are jerks, But I love it because who's money when you focus on good information, making good trades, good chart patterns. You take all the trolls' money, man. The trolls go broke, while the positive people that focus on themselves, that focus on improvement, that focus on getting stronger, faster, smarter, stronger every day, it's like money from the sky from the trolls, baby. So anyway, avoid doom scrolling. So an article here about the CRM's blowout earnings. I already kind of touched on that. Salesforce. I'm actually a huge Mark Benioff fan. Actually, Mark Benioff's book, I read it a few years ago. The cool thing is Kim, our co-host on the podcast, she actually she loosely knows Mark, so would love to get Mark Benioff on the podcast. So Mark, if you're out there watching, get on the podcast, baby. So, but anyway, his book. Oh crap! It was really good. I read it a few years ago. Mark Benioff book. Which Behind the Cloud. 2009. So anyway, great book. I still remember it to this day. Oh, the electrification of the industrial economy is accelerating. Again, this infrastructure play, we're looking at 5G plays. There's a lot of stuff. Big thing we're looking for going into next year. Infrastructure. Infrastructure spending is going to explode in 2021. A lot of electrical. That's one thing with everyone relocating. So with all of these relocations and stuff, electrical infrastructure is going to need. We already needed big upgrades in electrical infrastructure, but now you're going to see a lot of that load distribute out from a lot of the city centers. So Siemens, Ericsson, and you've got all these 5G upgrades coming. So they're going to need more power everywhere. And as much as I love America, one of the biggest things that we're lacking is our electrical infrastructure is way behind where it should be. We had the big build out back in the post-war era, and there's a lot of electrical infrastructure out there that's the same as it was 50 years ago. So a lot of this relocation is really going to change that stuff. So last one. Oh, wait, wrong article on Palantir. So keep an eye on the Palantir IPO. Peter Thiel, another guy, another book recommendation. Peter Thiel, 0 to 1. It's actually a really good book for entrepreneurs as well as day traders. So read Peter Thiel, 0 to 1. What I love about it, really, really quick read. If I remember right, it might not even be 200 pages. It's short. 224 pages. Really quick read. Great for the entrepreneurial mindset. Great for the day trader mindset. That being said, I also greatly respect what PNTR is doing, trying to defend our information infrastructure, okay? The next war is going to be fought on the internet. And whether that be China, Russia, Iran, whatever foreign power decides to do that, the next world war will be fought on the internet. And PNTR is doing a ton of stuff to secure our information infrastructure. And anytime Peter Thiel is behind something, I'm all for it. So keep an eye on that PLTR IPO. Well, it's not an IPO. They're doing a SPAC, so a blank check. So, all right, everyone, have a great day today. Awesome day out there. You know, market's breaking out to all-time highs. Tesla's going. I mean, just there's so many of these logical swing trades I talk about all the time. You know, CRM's one of them, you know, Salesforce. I just think that it's just going to continue grinding higher, and stay at home, infrastructure, e-education, all these things we talk about every day. All right, everyone. Thank you. I enjoy doing these fun stuff. Love talking stocks, love talking finance, love talking business. So read that Wall Street Journal article. Okay, the only thing you can control is yourself, all right? And control your inputs, focus on money-making opportunities, focus on being the best version of yourself you can be, okay? That's our goal. Better, smarter, faster, stronger every day. All right, see you 1% better every day. So see you next time.